All right. Now it's time for the Rant Wheel. You know how it works. We spin the wheel. We land on whatever topic it lands on. This week on the wheel, we have a bunch of topics, but I lost that card. So we'll spin it and see what happens.
Oh, it's a wheel there.
Oh my gosh.
It has landed on palm trees. This is my rant. They don't belong here. They're not from here. They're the street experience of them, there's no different than telephone poles. The fronds cause car accidents on like a semi-regular basis. People are dying up there trying to trim these fucking things. Every storm, they crash down, cause car accidents, land on people, cause grievous injuries. They don't provide any fucking shade. You ever get shade from a palm tree?
Not once.
Not one goddamn time. If you start to think of them not as beautiful symbols of paradise, but as weeds, which is what they are, you'll see them very differently and how they crest above all the other native plants and provide no shade, create only danger. And the other thing is, a lot of them were planted, and we don't know that this is true because we couldn't find the article. It's true, and it feels true. They were all planted at around the same time, which means they're all going to die at around the same time. And I'm going to win. Every time you see a palm tree, right, it goes palm tree, telephone pole, and a fucking cement as far as the eye can see, no shade anywhere. Imagine a shade tree there. Is this the first time you thought about this? They don't belong here. They're not good.
Also, whose palm is it modeled after?
And whose palm? It doesn't make any sense. That's another really good point. And are hearts of palm from the middle of these fucking things?
Should be called a sideshow bob tree.
They should be called a sideshow bob tree. And if you Google palm tree deaths, all you find out is that trimming these things, it's 50-50 every goddamn time you go up. People are dying trimming these palm trees, and then it's not how you think. You think they're falling to the ground. It's not so simple. They're getting suffocated at the top of the tree.
What?
Yeah, that's fucking right.
Wow.
Because you pull one of those fronds down, a bunch fall on top of you, nobody can hear you scream up there. Isn't that right, Julia Sweeney from SNL? At the top of a palm tree, no one can hear you scream. Thank you. Let's spin it again. It has landed on Grindr, which was suggested by Alaska.
Yeah, that one's mine. Does anyone here use Grindr? I can't see, so please make noise.
Woo!
Okay, great. No, it's just dumb. What is everyone doing on here? It's meant to be designed. Do you know what Grindr is?
Yeah.
It's like I don't know. It's an app that is supposed to be for like having, sexual intercourse, and you like meet people that are around you. But I don't think anyone wants to actually do it. I don't think they do. I think that they want to write really long monologues in their description about their rules and regulations about how to properly use Grindr. If you don't have a picture in your profile, do not talk to me. Also, don't tap me. Don't you dare tap me. I will block you. Why are there so many? Why is it like who's the woman who did Ann Landers with the etiquette regarding it's a literal app to see who's like 6 feet away from you that like has a dick. Can it just like be less about like the rules and restrictions about what there's even it's just really stupid. I don't like it. That's why I use sniffies. Thank you.
I'm just imagining like Ann Landers or Dear Abby Dear Abby, just getting oh, and that's why you should always put the tablecloth on that side of the table.
It is.
Our next letter comes from someone who's trying to fuck on a dating app called Grindr, but they're getting stuck up on all the rules. I hope you find happiness. Alaska.
I'm not looking for happiness.
Yes.
Let's spin it again. It has landed on drag bands, which I believe Willam suggested.
Okay, drag bands are kind of useful because some drag queens are ugly.
Sure.
Second of all, some of the really pretty ones aren't that talented. Hello. Also, it's kind of stupid because it's a big red herring, and I know you see red, but it's for to distract people from the guns. We don't want to shoot your kids, we don't want to redo them, and we don't want them at our shows. Okay. I will drink your babies, mostly these 4 right here. And what else? Drag is good.
Drag is good. Willam, can I pitch you on an idea that I had?
Sure.
What if we got
Sold.
What if we got a bunch of drag queens and trained them to use AR-15s and had an armed militia of drag queens to kind of protect drag shows, to use the Second Amendment in a way that makes the side that believes in the Second Amendment more uncomfortable?
I know a drag queen named Militia. She won Alaska's pageant last year. She's really talented. Militia Skunt.
Is she well regulated?
Huh?
She well regulated?
I don't know about her fiber intake.
Let's spin it again. It has landed on self-promotion. Julia, take it away.
Well, it only starts with self-promotion. Okay, this is my rant.
Okay.
It's with the theme of the whole show today, and the Writers Guild strike and everything. It's about kind of putting more responsibilities on the average or people that they didn't expect to have. For example, it used to be there were publicists. You were an artist, you created art, then there was a publicist. But then all of a sudden you had to promote yourself. You had to go out there, and every time you did something, you had to say, follow me on Twitter, follow me here, or like my video. And it's really gross. And people, they can be artists, but maybe they're not good at doing that. Or like my daughter, who's a coder, a gaming coder, she has to work from home. So she has to get an apartment that has enough room for an office in it. She's taking on all of the office responsibilities. Or as an actress, now when you audition, you have to audition yourself. Instead of going to a casting director or going to an office, you have to film yourself. So now you have to know all these things. Or like in the old days, your husband would have a mistress to fuck. But now wives are expected to just have sex with their husbands.
It's unbelievable.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help doing that joke from the 90s.
No, it's really it happens. It is. There are people that are fantastic at what they do, but they don't want to have to be their own publicist. They don't want to have to be their own self-promoter. And by the way, it happens. It's been true for there are writers that are great writers who aren't great at pitching, and for some reason
Why you look at me?
I was looking at you because
You're correct, but still.
I was looking at you as a writer who would understand, having known so many writers who are terrible at pitching.
Yeah.
Or just having to be a producer. Like
Yeah.
now you have to have all these other skills to be a writer.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't like it.
and we don't like it.
I agree.
We agree. We agree. Let's spin it again. It has landed on the algorithm,
This one's me. I think it is humiliating that we are now at a point where we're taking all of these artistic industries and pitting them against the idea of computers taking over them. Not just because I'm like, oh, a lot of these things need a human touch, but my experience with Instagram specifically is that the algorithm, the same thing that they have catapulted into AI just because some CEO saw like a picture of himself on a boat and was like, oh, my kid made that in ChatGPT or whatever the fuck. The algorithm is so fucking stupid. I feel like every 5 slides I see an ad on my Instagram, and I give Instagram so much info. I have posted photos of myself every day on that app for 7 years, and it's still going like, here's the perfect gift for any scuba diver. I don't know any fucking scuba divers. What are you talking about? I saw an ad the other day. I started screenshotting them because I was like, this is insane. I'm gonna keep cataloging them. I saw one that was just like, this is the perfect device to keep flies away from your outside tables, like for a restaurant. And I was like, I don't know where you're thinking that this is from. And then I realized it's because in my Instagram profile, I have myself labeled as a hot dog joint. And that's how stupid a fucking algorithm is that I made a joke saying, I'm a hot dog joint. It's like, we gotta get this guy stuff to sell. It's hot dogs. It doesn't understand sarcasm. Our industries are dying because CEOs are putting our jobs in charge of things that don't understand sarcasm, things that don't understand who we are. I saw an ad the other day that was like, stop paying $30 a month for email. I never started. What are you fucking talking about? Who is this for? It pisses me off every goddamn day, and then I have to go outside on the picket line to be like, don't make the fucking $30 a month for email bot take my job away. It's so dumb.
They are so stupid. They are incredibly stupid. I get so many ads that think I am going to make low-carb nacho cheese with cottage cheese and some kind of an evil powder.
That's too much work.
I don't
It's
have a
called
blender.
nooch.
What about me says I blend?
Yeah, they're skipping steps. They're like, we gotta sell them a blender.
Gotta
first.
sell me a blender first. They've never sold me the fucking blender. Now I'm blending cottage cheese. First of all, can that happen? Is that a blendable food?
Yeah, what you do
Yes,
is
you
put
can
it
make
with
tortilla
something.
chips with cottage cheese and with the powder. You can. You can.
You,
Are
everybody
you the
know-
algorithm?
Julia dissolves into a million pixels.
It's like, you shouldn't have said this. Disappears into a mist.
I get ads for like,
Thanks, buddy.
I get ads for like high fashion houses, and like every photo I've ever posted, I look like a toddler. Is it trying to be like, you should dress different, or is it thinking like, this is what I buy? Because both, I'm like, no, I dress like a toddler on purpose. I don't know. I'm mad at the computers.
Fucking computers. There's nothing else you take away from this episode. Take that.
Yeah. And when you're on your computer listening to this episode, stop it, throw it in the trash.
Hey.
And then buy a new one.
And then
to
buy
listen
a
to the
new
next.
one to listen to. Hey, and there's one thing, and there's one lesson overall from everything that we've said tonight. It's that money has no gender.
So true.
And that's so important.
All those men on the dollars, they're non-binary now.
Just sort of letting that sink in.